Hi, it's Gabrielle, and in this video, I'm going to show you and your partner exactly what you need to do as a couple every day if you want to create a loving, lasting relationship. For over 12 years, I've been a licensed professional counselor and relationship expert in private practice in Boulder, Colorado. And my practice is grounded in the science of what makes relationships work. I'm going to share some amazing research with you that explains one of the root causes of why you and your partner just can't seem to make your relationship work, and exactly what you need to do about it today. Now, if you like the couples advice and relationship tips that you're learning here, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Just click on the subscribe button right here. If you're enjoying this video, give it a like and share it. And please go to thepowercoupleformula.com for lots more useful information about how to build an amazing relationship, and powercoupleseducation.com to stay connected. Let's dive in. Every day, we're faced with so much stress. Work, kids, finances, pandemics, it's only getting worse as the pace of modern life continues to increase. You probably don't think about it unless you get really sick, but all of that stress you're under takes a huge toll on your physical and mental health over time. For sure, you're used to thinking about factors like diet and exercise and maybe even some self-care behaviors like meditation as ways of combating all that stress. But here's the thing most people don't think about. Healthy relationships is one of the top ways to reduce your stress. Just listen to this fascinating research. Harvard University's study of adult development found that what makes people happy more than anything else is high-quality relationships with others. Not only that, but this whopping 80-year study proclaimed healthy relationships to be a better predictor in warding off mental and physical decline than anything else. It was more important than your social class, your IQ, your cholesterol levels, and even your genes. Now, those of you who are not married aren't necessarily worse off, but you still need to have close relationships with other people in order to optimize your physical health, whether those relationships are with lovers, friends, or family. So healthy relationships are going to make it more likely that you're going to live a long, healthy life. But in addition to lowering mortality rates, thriving relationships lead to a decrease in anxiety and depression, decreased drug and alcohol addictions, and decreased absenteeism in the workplace. They improve your mental and physical health and your workplace productivity. Okay, so it's well established. People who are socially connected to their friends, family, and community are just happier, physically healthier, and they live longer. But it's not just the fact of being connected to other people, it's the quality of those relationships that matters. A toxic or conflict-ridden relationship is worse than being alone. In fact, the effects of toxic relationships on your life can even be deadly. Just listen to what the experts had to say about this. In a Cambridge University meta-analysis of 148 studies, they concluded that, quote, "The influence of social relationships on the risk of death is comparable with well-established risk factors for mortality, such as smoking and alcohol consumption, and exceeds the influence of other risk factors, like physical inactivity and obesity," unquote. And that, quote, "physicians, health professionals, educators, and the media should take social relationships as seriously as other risk factors that affect mortality," end quote. So this is serious stuff. Toxic relationships burn you out. They're highly destructive to every aspect of your life, including your physical health. But why are toxic relationships so harmful? It all has to do with the physically damaging effects of interpersonal stress. Let's face it, is stress ever really a good thing? It might feel good in the short term to work on some big project at work or be going on some major mountain expedition, but no stress is good when it goes on for too long. All stress needs to come to an end. The issue with interpersonal stress in a committed relationship is that it doesn't end. So think about that. You're stuck with this person all day long. You're raising kids. You can't get away from each other. And if your relationship is toxic in terms of how it functions, you can bet that this is going to have a huge negative impact on your entire body, including your brain and nervous system. So if you're feeling neglected, misunderstood, betrayed, abused, stonewalled, criticized, or you feel like you can't trust your partner, or the threat of ending the relationship is just constantly there in the background, or if you guys are fighting all the time and you never come back to fix your arguments, all of these things are going to create massive problems for your body and your brain. Dr. Bruce McEwen, pretty much the world's leading authority on stress, coined a term he calls the allostatic load, which refers to the wear and tear on the body that happens over time when a person is exposed to chronic stress. The negative consequences that arise from ongoing stress impact all of the major systems in the body: your metabolism, your cardiovascular system, your immune and neuroendocrine systems. Activating all of those stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol might help you get through a short burst of activity, but if you're using those stress hormones for a long period of time, they can lead to serious illnesses like hypertension and heart disease, and they can just weaken even your thinking. The bottom line is, if you can't even walk into the kitchen without getting into a fight with your partner, your whole body and your mind is deteriorating as a result. So the science tells us that toxic relationships are bad. What does the science tell us that we should do instead? One of the first things you need to do is make sure that you and your partner touch each other every day in a loving way. Touch is an incredibly critical ingredient to build your immune system, boost your mood, and even protect your memory over time. Touch is necessary for you to live longer and stay healthy into your old age. This means that if you want to have a thriving, healthy, long life, touching each other isn't optional, it's required. Remember that over 90% of your communication with your partner is nonverbal. Touch is a powerful form of nonverbal communication that cuts right to the heart of how we feel. A well-placed, well-timed touch can say 1,000 words. It's more effective at reducing stress than our voice or even our eye contact. Hugging each other can be the fastest route to calm down. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I've tried touching my partner and it doesn't work. They don't want me anywhere near them. You want to know why that might be? Very often when people say this, it's because they've already had some kind of big upset with their partner, and then they try and move in and give them a hug. But a lot of times, that's not going to work. Your partner's already too upset by the time you try to introduce touch. You need to start introducing gentle touch when neither of you are upset. You'll have a much greater chance of being able to use touch effectively as a way to create a peaceful, calming energy between you. So don't reserve touch for only date night. Touching each other throughout the day, whenever you see each other, is a way of keeping things balanced and harmonious between you. A lot of couples only touch each other before or after sex, but couples need non-sexual touch as well in order to keep their relationship strong. Hugging, holding each other, stroking each other, cuddling, and kissing each other are all forms of non-sexual touch that build your relationship. So here's what I'd like you and your partner to do. Set aside some time just to touch each other non-sexually every day. It could be just for 10 or 15 minutes. You could hold each other, cuddle, stroke, and kiss each other. But whatever it is, make sure that it's distraction-free time. And just notice how this affects both of you. Are you suddenly fighting less? Are you getting along better? Maybe you're just feeling more balanced and less stressed. If so, you can thank loving touch for bringing all of these benefits into your life. All right, just one quick note. Maybe you're one of these people, or maybe your partner is one of these people who's averse to touch, who really doesn't like to be touched. Some people have certain parts of their body that they really don't like to be touched. For instance, you might not like it when your partner touches your head. But regardless of how you feel, it's important that you explore touching and being touched by your partner anyway. Chances are you can find some contact together that doesn't feel too jarring to you, in a way that actually works. Because as I said, touch is such a critical part of staying healthy, building your immune system, and keeping all of your major bodily systems going. So now let's hear from you. What are your feelings about touch? Do you love it, hate it, or maybe there's some simple thing that your partner does that just makes your whole body relax? Maybe you're not sure how you feel about it. Whatever it is, leave me your comments below. I look forward to reading them and seeing you in the next video.